How are you?
Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And how about you?
Great to meet you, Shikha. I think this is our first session together, is it?
Yeah, this is our first session.
Okay, so how many sessions have you already taken with clapingo?
Yeah, I have taken around 4-5 sessions already on clapping.
Good, good. So you have recently started the course with us. Okay, let's get started then with today's session. If you can just tell me a couple of things about you in the next 10 seconds so that I can know you and then we can move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you know, I'm Sikha and I'm from UP and I have completed my graduation in science. A part of graduation, I did diploma in education. So my hobbies are dancing, reading, and listening to music. And right now, I'm working as a primary teacher. So that's all in
Okay.
a brief.
Yeah. It's almost enough. Can you tell me where are you from UP?
Yeah, I belong to Rai Bareilly district in
Oh,
UP.
Raebareli. Yeah. So it's the place of Gandhi's, I think. Varun Gandhi. I think
Yeah,
he's the MLA from that place. Okay.
yes.
Great. Great. Wonderful to know about you, Shika. You can see my name flashing on the screen, Vipul Pant, and
Yes.
I am a personality development trainer and a soft skills trainer. Apart from this, I have been taking sessions for a long time actually, in 150 plus cities of India and 15 different countries. Moreover, I have also been a writer for different newspapers like the Times of India, the Hindu, etc. So this is about me. Now let's get started, Shika, with today's session. I hope you're free. Please concentrate here. Yeah.
Yeah.
The topic. Have you gone through the topic of the session?
Yeah, I have gone to the topic. The topic is all
Okay.
about goals.
Goals. Yeah, completely true. The topic is all about goals. So right now, because you are already doing a job, you are working somewhere. What do you think is your immediate goal in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself? Where will Shikha go from here? Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I'm in primary schools. So in the next 5 years, I want to be a, professor because I want to improve my teaching day by day.
Okay.
And
Okay. Great.
also, I have two plans in my life. That
Good.
one thing that I want to be a professor, and that's why I will do.
Professor.
Yeah,
Professor. Yeah.
professor. Yeah, my master degree very
Okay.
soon I will do. And
Mhm.
also I'm doing, I'm pursuing B.Ed program right now. So B.Ed
Oh.
program after B.Ed program, and I will be eligible to sit in any UPSC examination. And if I will
Mhm.
crack any UPSC examination, then I can be a officer in my block level and my district level.
Oh.
So there is two
Okay.
plan in my mind. That
Okay. Great. Both the roads go from one place only, right? You have to work hard in both the areas. And
yes,
are you a government teacher right now in primary school?
state
Okay.
government.
Okay. Great. So then later on you would like to turn into a professor, and otherwise you would like to become an officer of your block after cracking some UPSC examination. So after
Yes,
completing your B.Ed, you would be eligible, you're saying.
these both are related to my teaching, so that's why I want to grow in myself. And
Okay. Both of them are related to teaching. Okay, great. Yeah, a couple of things with whatever conversation we have had till now, Shika. First thing is pronunciation of eligible. It is eligible. Okay, not eligible, eligible. Okay, and there was one more word which you said. I corrected you then and there. So try to also repeat it in your mind. Until unless you repeat it, you won't be able to correct it because we have been repeating the incorrect word for a long time. That is why we are so good with the incorrect word. But now we have to be good with the correct word also, right? So try to correct yourself again and again. Repeat yourself in your mind. Okay. Now moving on, talking about today's topic more, goals. Goals actually are very important in life. So at what age did you decide that you have to do something in life? What was your first aim in life? Can you please tell me about that?
okay. So yeah, when I was doing my high school, so that time
Okay.
I decided that
Hmm.
I wanted to be a doctor because that's
Oh,
why I did my graduation in biology science stream. So that
oh.
was in my mind. I started
Hmm.
from there, but
Okay.
to be a teacher, being a teacher right now. So that was unexpected that I started to do. And but
Okay.
yeah, right now I'm very happy with my profession, and that's why I want to make a career in this profession day by day.
Okay. Great. So it's good that you know talking about being a teacher. First of all, you wanted to cure people, and now again you're curing people. I would also say that a teacher also plays a role of a doctor in the society, because you are the one who is going to put in good values in the students. So at the age of when you were in class 10th, when you were thinking of becoming a doctor, what was that one thing that inspired you to become a doctor? Tell me
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So that is very funny if you will listen. I just,
Yeah, sure.
the attire that the doctor wear, like the
Yeah.
white apron and all.
Oh, so
I
you like
I
the
liked that.
whole getup. Okay,
Yeah, the
great.
whole get-up.
Actually, the same was the reason for me. When I was a young kid in class fifth or sixth, I wanted to become a cricketer. Not that I was very good with cricketing skills, but I wanted to look like some of the cricketers, like Sachin Tendulkar, or let us suppose MS Dhoni or such people. So yeah, it is quite common. It's nothing to laugh about, right? It's good
Yeah.
that whenever you see someone in some professional dress, like I wanted to join the Indian Army also. So I was medically unfit. That is why I was not allowed to do it. But yeah, apart from that, I liked Indian Army because just because
Yeah.
of their dress, the uniform, right? So it brings in a lot of culture in the person and good vibes sometimes. Okay, good, Shika. So all in all, just a midway feedback that I would like to give to you. Your vibe is very positive, by the way, Shika, because I judge a lot of people on a daily basis. You come across as a very positive person. Just work on the pronunciation part right now. I am going to see some more things wherein you might create some trouble in the pronunciation. Like uh, there was one word, I just forgot that word. Listen, right? It is listen. Yeah, not listen. It is listen. See,
Listen,
sometimes what happens is, yeah. Now repeat it 5 times. Can you do it for me? Listen,
listen,
listen, listen. Yeah,
listen.
yeah. See, the sixth time again it became listen, right? So maybe you are not
Listen.
real. Yeah, you are not realizing it sometimes when you're speaking in fluency, right? But this is what we have to correct. Repetition is the theory. You repeat it 100 times, you won't believe I used to stammer like anything, right? I was a big stammer, right? I could not speak even one sentence, in one go. So but then I corrected it. Somehow I did it. I practiced it for long hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, and then I was able to correct it. So it happens with time, right? Just believe in the process and it will get corrected, and never stop working. That's important. Okay, moving on. Talking about your teaching profession right now, are you satisfied with what you have in life? Are you happy about whatever you're doing right now?
Yeah, so I'm happy, and I always try my best that I
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my duty whenever I'm on duty.
Mm-hmm.
So I always try my best, and I always try to connect with my student
Mm-hmm.
very well.
Okay.
Unfortunately, last time pandemic, so we are disconnected
Pandemic happened.
with students.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So, what
but
do you think right now is missing in Indian primary education? Because you hold a very important position, I guess, right? Because I always give more respect to teachers who are teaching in lower classes, like class one, two, or three, because they are the people who are putting in the founding stones of success. So, you have a big responsibility in your hands. What do you think is lacking in the Indian primary education? Can you tell me that?
yeah, some hurdles in this sector,
Hmm.
and we are facing, and we are also trying day by day that how can I uh, remove these things.
Hmm.
But yeah, if we are talking that Hindi, so not
Hmm.
Hindi means their language, and
Hmm.
because in our new education policy, that is NEP, so government
Yeah.
also allow that you have to
Hmm.
teach students in their regional language. So
Hmm.
no issue with Hindi and their another language, because we
Hmm.
have to teach them in regional language.
Hmm.
But somewhere lack of I think you know some facilities still. So that's
Hmm.
why people they can't
Do you
believe.
think there is a dearth of financial resources? Sometimes do you feel financial resources are very less for primary education, whatever allocation government gives?
Yeah, financial. It is a one thing that I can say.
Mm. Mhm.
Nowadays, government is working very well, and
Oh.
government, yeah, they are working. Many schemes they are running in primary
Hmm.
sector.
Hmm.
I can see the what is the condition of Delhi primary school, because
Yeah.
yeah, they did very well in their
Yeah.
primary schools.
Yeah.
So I think UP government they are also following them, and they're
Great.
working something in
It's
here.
good to follow great work, right? It's a good thing. It's not about being two different governments, but if you can follow some great work done by some other government, that is equally good, I feel. So good. They are taking good examples. Okay. Now, what's your everyday goal, right? We have talked about goal in length. What would you be after 5 years or 7 years down the line? But what are your daily goals? How do you plan your day, and what things do you like to achieve on a single day? Can you please tell me that?
Okay. Yes, so every day, yeah, when I wake up, so I just think whatever I had to do in
Okay.
throughout the day. Okay,
Yeah.
so that in this way I plan for a day. One thing
Mhm.
that for that I'm clear that I have to read something in a day, every
Great.
day. So
Mhm.
like this nowadays I'm doing practice. Along with
Mhm.
this, I also have to read because
True.
read not for this. I'm saying English practice for my
Mhm.
academic also because
Yeah.
right now I'm connected with my study. So
Mhm.
yes, I every day I used to read something for my
Okay.
academic. Right now, like I'm doing B.Ed
Okay.
program. So
Yeah. Yeah.
these are something means I never want to break my study.
Okay. You don't want to break that flow. One thing, when you say I used to read, right? That is something that happens in the past. But I
Yes,
know that you currently read. So you'll say one thing that I never miss, that I read every day, right? Not used to read. That's incorrect.
read every day.
That
Yes.
will mean that you used to do it earlier, but not now. But that's not the case. You do it right now also. Correct? Do you read right now? I think you read right now as well.
Yeah, correct. You are
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. So then you won't say used to. Used to is for past tense. Okay. Otherwise, it is going pretty fine, Shika. Wonderful job. Right. I whatever I expected, you are doing better than that. Okay, good.
Okay.
Now, talking more about your skills and what kind of skills do you think you should develop for achieving your long-term goal? Right, your long-term goal is to maybe turn into a professor and then complete your whole service and then enjoying your life. Maybe that's also important, and at the same time giving it back to the society because you are taking a lot from the society right now. Also, a teacher always gives it back to the society. So even I would expect that even after 60 years, when you turn 60, after that also you give it back to the society, teach some children for free also, because they are the stepping stones to success, you know that. Because if you do something good for others, something good will travel back to you for sure. But what do you think? What skills would you like to develop for being at that stage? Dreams are good. Skills are also more important. Yeah.
Okay. First thing that I would like to mention, sometime I feel demotivated because yeah, I'm studying. It is okay.
Hmm.
I just want to develop, um, you know, my confidence day by day for my achieving my goals also as well as doing my
Hmm.
duty for this,
Hmm.
and also some I can say laziness somewhere I
Okay.
find that
Okay.
is in my side, so I want to remove this
Okay.
one.
Okay. So you want to be more into the game. Sometimes we become more lazy, right? We act lazier, and then the opportunities, of course, slips away because there is always someone who is maybe doing better than us, right? So that
Definitely.
person will deserve better than you, right? But
Yeah, right.
still, if you feel that you would like to remove that laziness, I think you are already working on it, because some people don't even realize, right? What if you realize it after 50 years? That won't be of any use, right? But you are already realizing it. It means you'll work upon it. I'm very, very sure about it. Okay, moving on. Now, have you got any interest in politics? Do you
Politics.
wish to join politics in future?
No, that is not in my bucket list.
Okay,
I
okay. So if you have to make one reform in the educational sector right now, just one reform that would be revolutionary, that would be life changing for people, what would you change? Right, just one thing.
one thing. One thing that first thing means equality. Equality
Mm-hmm.
that I want to make.
Mm-hmm.
Equality means somewhere we are saying the private and government sector something this is not equal. I
Mm-hmm.
want equality in both. Means
The
their
sectors.
syllabus,
Mm-hmm.
their
Mm-hmm.
every books, whatever in private, whatever in government. Okay, so that should be
Mm-hmm.
equal. If
Okay.
if the government they are they are providing some different books for
Mm-hmm.
students, and private
Mm-hmm.
they are providing some different. So how can we say that this student is good and this student is good? If you are putting every student in the same campus, in the same things, Then you can see who can be a good student and who can
Okay.
develop themselves.
Yeah. Uh, a couple of tips that I would like to give to you right now, because we are reaching towards the end of the session. I hope you're open to corrections, although I have corrected you already. Yeah.
Yes.
So talking about the things that you can follow right now, I always measure people into three categories, right? This is my way of doing it. The one thing is grammatical correctness. You're not very bad with grammar, by the way. I think you make some minor errors when it comes to, advanced speaking, and when you're connecting sentences. At times you commit some errors, like where to use ing, where to use s or es. All such minor errors are there. You know the rule, but when you're in the fluency mode, then you get to miss it out. So that is one part. I will give you 8.5 out of 10 in that, right? I never give 10 out of 10 in that, because being an English teacher, I don't do that. So 8.5 is a good score, by the way, for day one. I think we'll keep on meeting later. Now, second part actually is very, very important, which is thought development. For thought development, I would recommend one thing. Your thoughts are pretty good, by the way. They turn monotonous sometimes. Your thoughts get repeated sometimes. Then what happens? Interest goes away from whatever you're saying. So keep that interest intact, you should introduce some anecdotes into your speech. What are anecdotes? Some examples, some stories. Like when I said that, what do you feel is missing in the Indian education system? All these questions I asked just to see if you can introduce some examples. But I was disappointed somewhere there, because maybe you did not know it. So that is why you did not say anything. You might have a lot of stories when you're teaching in school. Like I have hundreds of them, millions of them, because I've taught in many schools. So I have a lot of stories. So you might also have a lot of stories in primary education. I am not aware about the system there, frankly, because I've not got a lot of opportunities to teach in the primary sector. That is
Yeah.
a problem in the government sector. I wish to do it, but never get an opportunity like that. People don't allow usually. So I sometimes feel that you should try to introduce such stories from your life also, and at the same time introduce stories from some great people's life. Like when I talk about education system, you could have talked something about Vivekananda, right? Swami Vivekananda. And then
Yeah.
you could have talked about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Like if I give you an example, because just 1 minute is left. Like if I have to talk about India and Pakistan matter, I would say 100 things, that there should be talks, we should not fight, but if it is required, we should fight also, we should give it back to the Pakistan. Or else if I start by saying एक नहीं दो नहीं कर लो 20 समझौते, स्वतंत्र भारत देश का मस्तक नहीं झुकेगा. These are some beautiful lines by Dr. APJ, not Atal Bihari Vajpayee, right? So now he is speaking on my behalf. So whatever he speaks will be respected in this society, right? This is the
Yeah.
way to make your speech. So if we meet again, I would like to teach you some more techniques on speaking on any topic, so that you get a fixed structure with which you will never get stuck at any point, or your points won't get repeated. If they get repeated, the content becomes a bit boring, right? So otherwise, your delivery, the third part is delivery, that is fabulous. Your style is amazing, right? It's natural and it's amazing. Listen to more speeches and it would become better. Time is ticking. I think we should take leave now. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.